Good morning, everyone. There's Bruno, and I'm Mike. Winston's in the house right now. He's in with Mom. She's getting ready for work. So me and Bruno are just kind of out here in the shop. It's about 48 degrees in here. Not too bad. There's no wind. But as you can see, it's still dark. Um, so I'll get you started over here. Here's the table. Got him all cleaned up and it runs really well. Sat it in Evaporust and then gave it a nice light coating of oil. And I just used some 3-in-1 and she's holding up really, really well. I didn't get everything polished, just all the rust off of it and kind of cleaned up because I will be using it. And I'll get you in the stand and show you what I've been up to for the rest of the week. Okay, as you can see, I got the motor cleaned up, the saw mechanism itself cleaned up. Everything works really well. It's all nice and rust removed. I didn't even bother repainting it. Again, I'm not going for a full-blown restoration. I will be using it and it will probably get beat up. As you can see, I also replaced the board because it was on that OSB board that was all wet and damaged. I did get a new belt, and so far the belt was the most expensive thing. I had all new hardware that I had laying around in the stash. She does function fairly well. I do have to adjust the motor, and I'll show you what I did there here in just a minute. But as you can tell, she runs fairly well. I will probably have to adjust the belt. There is still a little more play, but I'll show you how I set that up here in just a second. Let's come around this way. And I'll show you what I did here. We will be redoing the cord here shortly. Pardon my reach, but this thing is a monstrosity. But what I did, if you can see, is on the motor, I cut slots here and here, and then for the washer clearance, and so that it's all recessed. And then I could just loosen these 4 bolts and slide the motor back to put more tension on the belt. And then I countersunk, kind of took an old Scout Crafter page out of his book just to show that I am paying attention in class. So there she is. And then there's that. But as you can see, everything else is pretty well cleaned up. I didn't get too carried away on the motor. The motor runs smooth enough. I didn't want to get too far into tearing that apart. But I did blow it out with some compressed air a little bit, and nothing really come flying out of it. So what we're going to do today is go ahead and replace this janky ass cord. And it's janky. It doesn't get hot, but it just doesn't look right. So we're going to take this plate off, and then I'll show you what I've got in store for the cable, for the power cord. And then let's see how far we get today. So just a second. Okay. Well, I've got this thicker hold drop cord. I've got about 3 or 4 of these. The gauge looks like it's a little bit thicker than this here in comparison. And it's long enough because what I want to do, and I'll probably have to get it tomorrow on payday, is put an inline switch inside here. I mean, this is about 4 foot, maybe 5. Yeah, it's about, well, it's a 6-footer. But I want to be able to put, you know, like a click switch or some sort of switch in the middle of this so that it just doesn't automatically plug in or start when I plug it in. I want to be able to be right there, have it work right there to get started, flip the switch, and go. So, however, we are going to find out which one is the neutral and which one's the hot. And then I already marked the hot here and the neutral here according to the way the plug is set up on the end of this old cord. And we will wire it in once I cut the end off of this. And go from there. So, let's see here. Yeah, it's starting to get a little chilly in here, but old Bruno, he doesn't seem to mind it too much. So we'll go ahead, just in case I ever want to use that end again, let's go ahead and cut a few feet off of that. There we go. Set him there, him there. Okay. Go ahead and run our knife through here. There we go. Just enough to give it a little bit of a start. And maybe a better start. Oh, okay, there we go. I'm going to get you a little farther back here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so right now we're just going to separate a little bit. Yeah, because the two ends are going to be... Should have probably soldered this up and had this all ready to go. But it wasn't to begin with, so... There we go. Alright. A few strands came out of there. And all I'm doing is just kind of twisting it around here. Go. Okay, so there's our cord. Let's go ahead and take this panel off. Oh, itty bitty screws, yay. Let's get a magnetic tray. Those are going to be hard to find if we ever drop those or lose them. Okay, so the neutral, according to this, is the brown. So make sure that we got the right ones marked. Okay.
Let my phone charge a little bit longer while I'm putting stuff in my car.
Okay. Okay, so the neutral is the brown one
Sorry.
to the left. Oh, you're fine, hon. Now you gotta know that my wife is human. Okay.
You sure about that?
Well, rumor has it. Okay, so let's see here. Let's find out which one's the neutral on this one, and we'll mark it accordingly. So the neutral is going to be the larger end of the plug here. So we'll follow him all the way down. And it's going to be this one. So I'll just mark a black thing with a Sharpie there. Yep. And then the hot one is going to be the other one. So we'll leave him blank. So now we got that figured out. We could take out the wire nut. As you can see in there, I bet you can't see here. Let me get a better light for you guys. So I don't know how well it's going to show up for you guys, but the black one here on the right is the hot. This one's the neutral. So that's where we're going to go with that. Let's see, will this work for you guys? That help? Because the light on my camera stand don't work no more. Hey, there we go. How's that? A little better? Okay. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and disconnect those. Now these are a slotted nut. Sorta. Oh, just a minute.
You're gonna have to kiss your.
Okay, I'm back. The wife's leaving for work. Have to kiss the wife. I don't think y'all want to see any of that. So yeah, they are a slotted nut. However, they're kind of, the slot's farther down the bolt head to where it attaches. So I'm going to use these little duckbill needle nose here. There we go. All right. Let's see here. I don't want to take them completely off. All right, there's that one. Bruno, just a minute, see what he's after. Okay, I'm back for that brief interruption of Bruno. All right, so we got all that off of there. Let's get our plate off. My rag's over here. Let's give him a little bit of a wipe off. Like I said, I'm not really too concerned just about the paint or anything like that. I'm just trying to keep rust control at this point. So there's our plate. Put him right where we need him. Actually, let's see if we can't just do something a little different with this light. There we go. Is that a little better, guys? Well, you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, so we got our cord, and we said neutral is on the left, or to my right. Okay. Let's try and make a little hooky hook. I mean, from what I can see inside here, all the windings and everything look really, really good. It looks like we got stray wire. We don't want that shorting anything out. Oh, come on, you stubborn monkey. There we go. Okay, so there's our neutral. Let's put this through the plate first. It's kind of like not putting the fitting on the brake line before we're hooking up the... There we go. Run him down like so. It'll be fine. Okay. All right. There's my screwdriver. See if we can weasel him into whatever it is he's supposed to do. Ah, okay. Wow. Okay. Can we hook him in? There he goes. All right. Well, that really needs a thin screwdriver, doesn't it? I actually have to get a little nut driver for him. Oh, he's in there good and tight. All right. Now, can we see if we can get that washer out of the way here? Yeah. And we can go a little bit more. I'd have to get a pick. Because we got this little insulator package going on here. Let's see here. Let's put him on there like so. Not really giving up there much to work with, is she? Well, let's see here. Let's see. It just does not want to stay where I want it to. Actually, let's try and re-hook. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, you can. See if we can go in from underneath. Yeah, there we go. Maybe. Well, she just wants to snag up on it just a little bit. See, this is where I probably should have maybe soldered it. I do not know. There we are. There she is. Okay. Let me get a little nut driver. See if we can't get that to work. Get small enough. I'm using the socket and socket wrench I used for the Tool Caddy challenge. Um, okay, yeah. And Tool Scour was asking what kind of sockets these were. They call them pass-through sockets, or flow-through, I guess. They're made by Craftsman back when Sears was still in business. They allow you to work with, like, where you have to go through like all thread, or like you have to go all the way up through, and you need a rod like that, and you can't get the wrench in there. There's extensions that are made for these and everything like that, but they just allow you to pass through the material, where a deep well probably would be too shallow. But yeah, that's, I think, gonna work. Alrighty. Well, let's get the cover back on. Okay, let's see here. Let's put him up like so. So we got the neutral. Did we stay consistent with what we needed before we get too far? And yes, we did. We were all good. All right. Oh, wow, easier said than done. Will you sit there? Probably not. If it falls, we'll know it didn't work. Okay, we got our little, there we go. Got him started. Okay, that's upside down. So it doesn't fit. There's a gap on the bottom. I guess there was only one way that goes on. Okay, well, we figured that out. Or at least I did anyway. And Bruno's sitting there guarding the fort, watching everybody put their garbages out. Oh what fascinates him so much about that, but it does. Alrighty, let's try this. Yep, there was only one way that went on. Okay. Alrighty. Let's try this again. Come on. Wow, this is being a stubborn monkey. Well, what are you not doing? Huh. Not going through the hole correctly. There we are. Okay. Alright. Oh boy. Well, what is your monkey problem this time? What am I looking at here? Oh. There we are. Well, it's not wanting. Okay. I see what it wants to do, or it doesn't want to do. There we are. All right. Well, you stinker. Right. Okay, that should be it for the cord. And we'll clean up my mess here and then we'll give her the good old test out. Okay, guys, got them all back together and sitting level. Got my jump cord here. Either this is going to work out really good or we're going to have the Nina Slight show here on YouTube in a while. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, so, and like I said, I got enough cord here. Got enough cord there to where I can put in a switch, as you can see. So there's that. What else can we do? Well, we got half hour in just on that alone. What do you see? Well, I'd have to clean up the saw blade. Well, I'm going to look and see. I'm going to have to watch that other video. See how this went back on. I think that one went there. This one went there. There's a lot on a lock washer. Yep. Oh. That wasn't no good. Okay. I think he was a 5/8 or a 3/4. I think he was a 3/4. Okay, got my 3/4 proto. Okay, clear. Something doesn't seem right, but that does it. Yeah, we'll take her around with that. Maybe I got it on the wrong way. Stubborn monkey. This is probably where this is going to come in handy. As soon as I get her out. Just a second, guys. I'll show you what I got. A while ago at Harbor Freight, they had these adjustable soft jaw pliers. They're from Doyle. Haven't even used them yet. However, they are like a water pump plier, but they got rubber attachments that you can replace. I thought that was kind of neat. You can see that. So, they kind of work like the Knipex style. You know, you push the button. So, I think this would be a good opportunity to use this so that I ain't marring up the metal pulley and see. There we go. Loosen that up and see if maybe I had something incorrect here, which could be possible. I can always check my other video. This isn't fully assembled yet. I'm just showing you at what stage I'm at in the game. Yeah, I can tell by the way that's sitting there. Still got the shiny part. And I got to clean these up yet. I'm just trying to figure out why there was such, that damn little washer. Literal pain in the butt. I have to see how this came apart. This is just for comic relief. I think he's trying to get it so that he can make a big old nest out of it. Are you quite done, Bruno? Are you quite comfy? Okay, back to the task at hand. Let's see here. Because the nut does, well, I guess the nut does fit in there like that. Huh, wonder if this spacer was supposed to be here. I can always find out when I watch the last video on how I took it all apart. I think that's supposed to work a little better. Don't think that's supposed to. There's supposed to be a way that that would lock into one position, I would think. Still want to. It just looks odd. I think it just looks, yeah. I don't know if it's the way those grooves are cut into it or what. It might be. But I will take a look at that later and watch the previous video and see how that all came apart. But she's not done yet. So I will take it back apart, and I guess we will call, oh boy. Might not even just have it on right. Unless there's supposed to be a bushing in there, and that's what that is. Let me see. We will figure this out. This maybe. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Okay, guys. I figured it out. This is the bushing that goes on there. It's a bushing, it ain't a washer. Well, I'll be hum-doggly-dogged. Now, can I put that back in there without knocking it back out? I bet you that's what it was. It was a bushing. Huh. Well, at least it's good to see that I used my head for something other than a hair farm. Oh, that just tightened right better up. Let me see here. I want to try just something else. I took it apart doing it this way. And I don't know if putting it back on this way is such a good idea, but we had to put, maybe this is how it's supposed to work anyway, so that you don't hurt yourself. There we go. She's good and tight now. Yeah, it was a bushing, of all things. I never thought that would need a bushing. But let's see if that took the wobble right out of it. Clear. Oh, look at that. Well, there we have it. There's that. Okay, where are we at on time here, folks? Yeah, we're at 42. You say we try and put the table on it? And see how that goes? Alrighty. Well, I'll be right back and see if we can't get this table put back on. Those Doyle pliers do help. And now that we know that that was a bushing, not a washer, that worked out. Every once in a while I have a flash of brilliance. It's a brief flash, but it's a flash none the same. So yeah, these Doyle pliers, Harbor Freight, I think I paid $20 for them, something like that. I'm not sure, maybe even 30. I don't remember. But like I said, I'm not that hard. I'm not no commercial grade tool guy. Although, if you find them and you can get them at a relatively good price, then yeah. But for the stuff I do, I mean, for this project here, a lot of stuff is just fine. The table slides in here, pivots, and then over here, it's got like a self type of wrench. And then you can slide your table to do there's a gauge on there. So yeah, I think it's kind of neat. So let's see if I can get the table on here in a respectable amount of time. And maybe even give this thing a spin. So give me a few minutes. Okay, just gotta tighten up these little nuts underneath here. You know what? I think that socket would work better again. Let's see. It's a ½ inch. That's good. ½ inch. Okay. Oh, that's 60. So like on that tool caddy challenge, you'll notice that there's chrome sockets and black anodized or powder coat or whatever it is they do. The black ones are the standard, and they have like these teeth in it that you're supposed to be able to do like 6 or 7 different styles of fasteners. The chrome ones are the metric, and they're all 6-point. That way, at a quick glance, I can know if I got metric or if I need standard. Hey, it's just a garbage truck. You don't need to get all carried away. looks like we got a little bit of a clearance issue with the socket, so we'll get our 1/2" proto out here to kind of give it a little bit of a snug. Oh yeah, he's in there good. And there we go. We're good. Yep, we are good. Excuse me. Okay. So the table's on. Let's wrap a little more. And she does what she needs to do. There's no clearance issues with this guide. So we'll tighten her back up. With my hand. Then we'll get our little wrenchy thing. This is really neat. I did find out, however, that this was made for Sears, like I mentioned before on the tag. However, I did find a little bit of a logo, and it matched up with Companion. So these were made for Sears by Companion, and I'm getting dates for like the 30s, which I'm going to lean towards more late 30s to early 40s, only for the simple fact of the kind of Art Deco style that is on here. And, you know, just the way things were machined. I could be wrong. I still need to research it a little further. But I'm thinking I'm just going to go with 1940. Kind of a generalized ballpark era. Okay, so the guide slide's really good. Like I said, I just used some 3-in-1 oil on this. Okay, I do have to put the rails back on. The ends here. I don't know. Here, I'll get you farther back so you guys ain't so far into the thing that you're counting the teeth on the saw. There's a rail end that goes here, and a rail end goes here, so that this can sit on there. And I got all cleaned up. Let's see farther back so you guys can see that a little better. But yeah, I might have to reset my blade depth, but let's see here. You stubborn monkey. And gear set still doesn't work right. Well, but let's go ahead and put those back on, and I'll be right back. Okay, this one goes in the front. You just spin a little bit. Let's see if we can give ourselves a little more space. And I got this see here. Yeah, she's pretty tight. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so move him out of the way. Alright, and I'll get this one started and be on our way. Okay, we got the back one tightened up here. I don't know, you guys in the shot? Yeah, I think so. Alright, there's that. Love using old tools to fix old tools. Alright, let's see here. And he slides here. Well, come on now. What am I doing wrong here? Yeah, you got something there. This one fits here. Okay. Guess what? I guess there is a right way and a wrong way on this one. Let me guess. Do I have it upside down? I think so. Yep. Well, let me get that taken care of and I'll be right back. Well, guys, no, I don't have the table backwards, but I cannot seem to figure out why this does not fit in the way it should. Oh, he's gonna bark at the recycle people. Just a second. So, okay. So I know I don't have the table on backwards because it only goes on one way. I know that this end rides along here. On this. But for some reason or another, I wonder if maybe I need to slide this through before mounting it to the table. Because I can't seem to get where it needs to be. I think that's what I needed to do. Okay, we'll go for try number 2, 3, 23, who knows. Just a minute. Alright guys, some of you are probably laughing already. But behold the nincompoop. This goes in first. This isn't. Then it goes in like so. So yes, I nincompooped. But hey, I always learn some way or another, right? There's a spacer. Wow. I feel like a total. Well, remember guys, what happens in the man cave stays in the man cave. Or, if you prefer, what happens in the garage stays in the garage. So unless my wife is watching this, which chances are, I don't think she watches my videos. But, you know, that's okay. As long as you guys like, subscribe, and keep watching. Okay, making a fool of myself, apparently. Okay, there we go. She's good and tight now. Guess what? This will fit. And it can go on either side. There we are. Come on, you stubborn little monkey. Well, just a minute here. I had it in here. Okay. I just, what am I not doing right here? Oh, you know, no, I don't think that's it. It was in there. Well, for the love of Pete. Oh, here we go. Actually, let me try something else here. We're going to get this one way or another. One way or another. Okay, he's on that. Why are you just being a stubborn little boy? What is it hooking up on? I just had it in there. Okay. Well, maybe it's just needs a little bit of newbie noob. So I just got some of this Singer sewing machine oil. I just have a feeling that it's just too dry. I'm hoping. Yeah, I put a little bit on him. There we go. Because it came off and it slid and worked just fine. So what is the problem? Is it just it's almost like okay, I see what we got going on here. Maybe. This adjustment back. Okay. Again, let's all laugh at the nincompoop. This adjusts. Now let's see if I just didn't have it out far enough. Okay, well, I'll tinker with this and we'll see what happens. Okay, figured it out again. This nut and this screw adjust the separation of the end feet. I just had it a little too tight. But as you can see, she stays there and And then she's nice and tight. So, we got that all done. Woohoo! So let's lock that down. I think we got this all locked down good enough. Yeah. Let us see if maybe we can't cut a piece of wood and give her the old college try. Get you around this way. So there she be in all her glory, or at least feeling better than she was. As you see, we can go this way and this way. I might put a little bit of Loctite on that. I don't know. It just seems to want to be silly. But I think, for all intents and purposes, she should work quite well. So, what do you say we fire her up and give her a try? Let's see here. Now I'm just going to use kind of like the thickest that I'll probably use is probably going to be something like this, you know, standard. This is my test block anyway. It was kind of spacing stuff out and stuff for the Tool Caddy challenge. So let's fire this up. I should probably get a push, something to push bar this, but okay. Let's go with this. We got a line there. Let's go with that. Lock her down so that she slides. There we go. All right, we got power. Okay. All right. Well, here's the test of whether or not we did something right for a change. Yeah, I definitely need to get a pusher bar. Well, there we go, guys. What do you think? Not too bad for something that we said, what, 1940? So that's 60, 84 years? Maybe older, maybe a little newer. So let's go 80 years. 80-year-old table saw. Now the motor, I'm not sure what year that came out. But yeah, I think that's going to work out pretty darn nice. So, not too bad. We got the old blower thing, I'll blow all the sawdust out of it that we just created. Give it a little bit of a wipe down. But I don't think that came out too bad. Not too bad for $5. A little bit of time. Hardware I had. The cord I had. The only thing extra I bought was the belt, and that was like $23 for that belt. Tractor Supply wanted a little more. There was a local Napa store that still had some of these old style V-belts. So it looks like just maybe the only thing I need to do now is put the switch in, maybe adjust the motor a little bit to go back, give it a wipe down, and I think I can call this project good enough to use. I sure do appreciate it for you sticking around for as long as you have, if you've stuck around. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and continue watching. I sure do appreciate it. And let's go see what the old knuckleball's up to. Hey, Bruno. Bruno. Yeah, I probably gotta go get it. Hey, come here, buddy. Come on. Wanna go get a Frenchie? Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go in and get what's. Yeah, let's go. Okay. Come here, buddy. Okay, come here. Tell everybody bye. Say bye-bye, everybody. Yeah. So from Bruno and me, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate all you new subscribers. I'm glad you joined us. And as always, keep on tinkering.